So good evening to you, and welcome to another live stream. I am just going to wait a few moments just for a few people to turn up, and I am also going to just test to make sure that this is working live. And I can see it is. Everything is working absolutely fine. So, what we are going to be talking about this evening on this live is it possible to fall in love whilst grieving? Quite a difficult topic, I think, but one that I think we shouldn't be afraid to talk about. I think there are quite a few topics during grief that people struggle to talk about, and I'm not going to be one of those people. I'm just going to talk about it because I think very often if we make ourselves vulnerable, we find that actually we're not alone. A lot of other people feel the same. So, is it possible to fall in love whilst grieving? Just as a little reminder, please remember that if you're watching this video to click the subscribe button and then click the little bell icon next to it, and you'll be reminded when the videos go live. If you would like to say thanks, please click on the thanks button and you can donate a small amount of money just to keep the channel going. And it really helps us to continue to create content by paying for things like website hosting fees. So there you go. Is it possible to fall in love while grieving? I mean, clearly yes. That's it. End of video. Is it possible to fall in love? Yes, absolutely it is. And just remember, if you would like to comment, please do so. Please type your comments in. It'd be wonderful to hear what you have to say. If you do join as a channel member, you get access to special little emojis as well, and you can put emojis in the comments as well. So do throw your comments my way. So I've got sort of 4 things that I want to say about falling in love whilst grieving. After saying, is it possible? Yes, absolutely it is. The first thing I want to say is not to second guess. Not to second guess the situation, not to second guess where things are going to go, not to second guess, well, if this happens, then that happens, and that happens, and that happens, and that happens, because that takes us off on a story. And I've found very often during this grieving process, it's very easy to get hooked into telling ourselves stories about things. Well, if I do this, then that's going to happen, and then that might happen, and that might happen. And we've gone off on a story. So my first piece of advice really about dating, falling in love whilst grieving is don't second guess the situation and don't go off on a story. Now, the second thing, something I want to talk about, which is quite difficult, but it's really, really true. It really happens. Google something called widow's fire and look up widow's fire and find out what widow's fire is. And you will uncover and find out that widow's fire can be a strong urge, sexual urge that happens after our partner dies. And the issue can be with widow's fire is that we tend to want to scratch that itch, as it were, and then end up possibly in relationships which are not so healthy. So this is something that I've heard from many, many other people. So all I want to say is be aware of widow's fire. Do a Google search for it. Find out what it is. You'll see exactly what it is. But just be aware that if you're ending up in a relationship, is it really for the relationship's sake, or is it because of widow's fire? The third thing is, and my fourth point is going to be, I think, the most powerful. But my third thing is to make sure that you talk to any new partner. Talk and communicate, because there are 3 people in your relationship. There's the partner that's died, there's you, and there's your new partner. And I don't think there's any other way to phrase it, that there are three people in the relationship. But, and this is a huge but, this is speaking from experience. You may find it's very different for you. Speaking from experience, I've found there's all sorts of different loves, different types of love. And clearly none of us have experienced all the different types of love there are in the world. We have loves for pets, for partners, for children, for parents, for siblings, for friends, for chocolate. And it's a terrible word, love, because it's all these different types, and it seems to be used across all different situations. And just because I love chocolate doesn't mean I can't love my kids. Just because I love my kids doesn't mean I can't love my parents. Just because I love my parents doesn't mean I can't love my siblings. And for me, there is a different type of love for a partner that has died. And just because I love my partner that died doesn't mean that I can't love chocolate, my parents, my siblings, or a partner that is alive. And I think for me, that was probably one of the strongest realizations, that we have different types of love, and those loves don't need to conflict. If we have a partner isn't going to say to us, well, you can't love me because you love your parents. It's like, well, no, it's completely different. You can't love me because you love your sibling. Well, no, it's completely different. And for me, I think as if someone said, you can't love me because you love Claire, I'd be thinking, but I can, because there's a massive difference between a partner that has died and a partner that is alive. And I also think that when we fall in love again, it's based on a different set of circumstances. It's based on a different person. We are wholly a different person now to that person we were in the past, and we fell in love with somebody else. We're a completely different person now, and we're falling in love with a different person. So the love feels completely different. There is absolutely no conflict whatsoever between these two types of love, the love that I have for Claire, the love that I have for a partner now. No conflict at all. Both of them held together in my hand, exactly together, and living harmoniously together. And I think I haven't got any comments here. Vidrana has sent a nice heart. Thank you very much, Vidrana. That is really lovely. It's really lovely to know that people are interacting with the video and find it useful. So short and sweet this time. 8 minutes we've been going for. Unless anyone has any questions, I am going to finish this live video right here. As you can hear, I'm suffering a bit with a cold. So we've looked at, is it possible to fall in love whilst grieving? We've talked about it. Yes, absolutely, it's possible to fall in love, because there are two different types of love. Love that we have for a partner that's died, love that we have for a partner that's alive. And I think it changes. If that partner is alive, then it shifts and it moves to that partner. If that partner dies, then it shifts, that partner's gone. And that type of love can shift and change and move. So we can have the love for a partner that's dead and a partner that's alive, absolutely the same time, no conflict. And I'm going to leave it there. I don't think I've got anything else to say. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, if you want more support, visit the Lost Without Her website. There's a Get Support button on there. If you click that, 3 options for support we've got, and they're all free. We've got an email series which comes out to you weekly. We've got a Facebook group which has got an emergency live chat facility. So if you really want to speak to someone in emergency, we're all around the world, so there's always someone awake. And thirdly, if you feel that you want to move through your grief with a group of supported people in similar situations, that we meet every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. UK time. We meet online, and you can get a link to join that meeting via the Lost Without Her website. So thank you guys. I'm going to say goodbye there. and I will see you next time, which is on Sunday, the 3rd of December. And before you go, I will tell you what that live is about. I wrote it down. I should have had it in my notes here. So that live, we're going to look at what no one tells you about grief. Some of the things that pop up during grief that I've not found anywhere else. So I just want to go through some of the things that people don't tell you about grief. So that's on the 3rd of December. See you then. Take care. Bye.